Okay, hi, this is Ron with Mobile Fix Automotive. And I got my nice little banner in the background now, so I don't have to show my business card anymore. This video is kind of an emergency update video for the Calvan 38900 kit and some really important information that I feel you need to know. First off, there is a quality control issue with the Calvan kits at the assembly plant that are being shipped. And I want to apologize to all the people right now that have bought these kits and called me and told me they were having issues, and I basically chalked it up to they bought a cheap aftermarket knockoff. Up until now, every kit that I have put in, I've never had an issue with one insert ever in the 8 years I've been doing these. Well, I'm roughly, yeah, I think it's been about 8 years now that I've been installing these. And there's a very good reason for it that I found out after talking to my supplier. And so where we're going to go with this video is first I'm going to explain to you what's going on. So this is the insert that you get from Calvan with the 38900 kit. Internal diameter for the spark plug is a standard Ford Motorcraft plug thread. It's 14 millimeter by 1.25. The outside diameter, which are the threads that will actually go into the cylinder head, are a 3/4-16. What is happening that's been brought to my attention is I've been getting, and this is happening way too often, I am getting people private message me, email me, call me, messages on the actual videos for YouTube here on the YouTube community that they went by my video and it was great right up until the point where they went to go put the insert in and it either jammed, wedged, or wouldn't go in. And I've basically chalked all those up to the fact that I know there's some eBay aftermarket suppliers that are selling these for 10 bucks a piece instead of the 20 bucks a piece that Calvan gets for them. And I know some of those have had thread issues, so I just kind of assumed everybody was buying those. Well, it turns out Calvan themselves are making these things more than likely faster than they can quality control them. And what I found out with mine, the reason why I've never received a bad one is because Dennis, which is my supplier at wiseautotools.com, and for those of you that are going to go, who's that? See if I can put that up there. Okay, so which way does it go? That way. Okay, it's not very steady. Did the best I could. This is the front of his business card. Okay, these are the people that have been supplying me with most, if not all, of my inserts over the last 6 or 7 years. And before that, I used to just buy them everywhere like you guys did. Back then, there wasn't really much of an issue. So what I found out from talking to Dennis, because I immediately called him last week after one person called me basically frantic and panicked that his insert is jammed into a cylinder head and he didn't know what to do. So I called Dennis and I said, hey Dennis, what's going on? And he goes, no, there's a big quality control issue on this. And he goes, the reason why you, meaning me, have never received one of these inserts that's defective is because he personally, or not personally, but somebody in his building, if not him, will check every insert. And that's the reason why I've never had a bad one in all of them that I've done, because I buy from the same guy. The company goes over and above the call to make sure that you get quality stuff, and the shipping is super clean. So this isn't a plug for them. I'm not getting any kickback from Dennis or from Wise Auto Tools. I'm trying to help my YouTube followers or anybody watching this video avoid a problem that's been going on, because I don't like it. Everybody hears me talk about engineers should not be allowed to work unsupervised. This isn't an engineering problem. This is a quality control issue. When you cut threads with CNC machine or a tap and die or however you do it, after a certain amount of time, stuff's going to wear out and the threads are going to be wrong. But you have to retool the machine. They're not getting checked. So there's two ways quickly that you guys can avoid this problem. For those of you that already have kits in the mail, when you're watching this video, if you're buying from Amazon or from eBay, they're going to do what's called factory direct ship. which means you pay the company that you buy it from, especially on eBay, because it seems nobody on eBay really stocks anything. It seems like you pay them and then they tell the company to send it to you and they buy it from the company. However it's happening. When you get a factory direct ship, they're not doing quality control. They're not checking these things, apparently, because there's too many of them. There's hundreds of these things that are driving people crazy. So if you order it from a place like Wise Auto Tools, then you end up with somebody that's checking it and you get a kit that's actually going to function right out of the box. Now, I'm sure a few people right now that are going to say, well, I'm just going to use the TimeCert kit, or I'm just going to use this other kit. Well, this is still the best kit made. Yeah, they're having problems with quality control, but now that we know what the problem is, we can correct it by checking them. And if you buy from somebody like Dennis that's going to check them for you, then when you get it, your car is up and running faster because you don't have to wait and tell Calvan, hey, I got 8 crappy inserts. And in Calvan's defense, it sounds like they're sending out new inserts to everybody. It sounds like they're not having a problem fixing them. But if your car's already been down for however long it takes for you to get the Calvan kit to your doorstep, and then you've got to wait and say, hey, my inserts are screwed up, now I've got to wait until they send me new inserts, you could be down a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever the case is. Not everybody's got that kind of time. So I know that Dennis's kits are a little bit more money, but he's already quality controlling them for you before they leave his building. So really, to me, I think it's about $25 more, because I think his 8-cylinder kit is somewhere around $250 shipped to you. But the other thing is his shipping is lightning fast. I mean, I don't think I've ever waited more than 3 days for anything that he sent to me, and he doesn't treat me any different than he treats everybody else. Yeah, he sells a lot of inserts to me, but I don't get priority overnight shipping or anything. He sends it just like he does everybody else, and it gets to me in a couple of days. So here's the second thing you can do. The first thing you can do is just call them, order the kit, you're going to get a good one. The second thing you can do is, and you're going to need to do this regardless, my recommendation from now on, buy yourself at your local hardware store, get a 3/4 inch -16 nut. That's what it's going to look like right there. Okay? Looking at my monitor to make sure that it's in the camera view. And this is the insert for Calvan. You should be able to take that nut and screw that nut all the way up to the hat and all the way back off with no binding, no sticking. If you have to fight it, that insert's bad. Okay? So you need to buy one of these nuts. This nut cost me $1.29 at my local hardware store. But considering what it's going to do, if this thing gets wedged in the cylinder head, it's well worth the double check. So once again, friends and followers, this is the best kit on the market. I have studied and looked at the TimeCert kit. I'm not a big fan of how it's designed. I'm not a big fan of how it operates, but that's just me. If you guys have used it and you guys had success with it, the whole thing is not whether or not it makes me happy, it's whether or not it makes you happy. If it's working for you, do it. This is what I put in my customers' cars. If you bring me your Triton with the spark plug for blown spark plug, I don't know why my phone's doing what it's doing. This is what I'm going to put in your engine, because this is the best kit out there. This is the one I trust. Never had one come back on me. And I want to thank Dennis at wiseautotools.com for making sure that all the kits I've ordered for my customers have all been good right off the bat, because I didn't even realize he was doing that. So good luck to you. There's going to be some more videos coming out that we're working on for the near future. One of them is going to be the top 10 questions that I get asked on the Triton engine and the Calvan kits. And then the other video is going to be specifically on all the accessories, pieces, and tooling, the difference between the 2-valve and the 3-valve engines, because it seems like there's people confused that the two are interchangeable, and they're not. The 3-valve insert will not work in a 2-valve engine. The 3-valve from 2005 up, it really came out in 2007 here in California, but when the 3-valve was introduced up until 2010, the inner diameter for the spark plug itself was 16 millimeters. So this is a 14 millimeter. The 3-valve Triton was a 16 millimeter up until 2010, and then they got tired of the spark plugs breaking off in the cylinder heads apparently, and decided to redesign it with a one-piece spark plug, and that's a 12 millimeter. So they're all over the chart. So we're going to be doing a video on that. And if you have any questions, go ahead and give me a call. Information's right here. I'm going to ask really nicely, if you call me, don't call me to troubleshoot your cars. I can't do that over the phone. I'll be happy to answer the questions pertaining to the video itself and anything in it, but if you're having an issue with a car, I'm not clairvoyant. I can't troubleshoot them over the phone. Every once in a while I get lucky, but I'm spending way too many hours being able to try to troubleshoot stuff. So once again, this is Ron with Mobile Fix Automotive, and we'll see you on the next video. I hope this helped you.